Welcome to our comprehensive guide on nutritional assessment. In this video, we'll explore the essential concepts, methods, and importance of evaluating nutritional status, especially in public health. Nutritional assessment is a cornerstone for identifying, understanding, and addressing nutrition-related problems in populations. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the different assessment methods and their practical applications. Let's begin by outlining what nutritional assessment is and why it matters. Before diving into the details, let's look at the session outline. We'll cover the concept and purpose of nutritional assessment, anthropometric, biochemical, clinical, and dietary assessment methods, as well as ecological and community-level approaches. Each method provides unique insights, and together, they form a comprehensive picture of nutritional health. This structure will help you understand not just the how, but also the why behind each assessment technique. Nutritional assessment is a comprehensive evaluation that includes dietary intake, body composition, biochemical indicators, clinical signs, and environmental or socioeconomic factors. This holistic approach ensures that all aspects influencing nutritional status are considered. By integrating these elements, professionals can accurately identify nutritional problems and their underlying causes, paving the way for effective interventions. The main purposes of nutritional assessment are to identify nutritional problems, determine their magnitude and distribution, guide interventions, and monitor or evaluate nutrition programs. By systematically assessing populations, public health professionals can prioritize resources and design targeted strategies to improve health outcomes. This process is vital for both immediate and long-term public health planning. Nutritional assessment is often structured using the ABCDE framework: anthropometric, biochemical, clinical, dietary, and ecological environmental methods. Each component offers a different perspective, and together they provide a robust, multidimensional understanding of nutritional status. This framework is widely used in both research and practice, ensuring consistency and thoroughness in assessment. Anthropometric assessment involves measuring body size, composition, and growth patterns. It's the most widely used method in public health nutrition due to its simplicity and effectiveness. By tracking changes in body measurements, professionals can detect trends in growth, undernutrition, or overnutrition, making it a crucial tool for both individual and population-level assessments. Anthropometric measurements include weight, height, or length, mid-upper arm circumference (MUAC), body mass index (BMI), head circumference, skinfold thickness, and waist or hip circumference. Each measurement serves a specific purpose. For example, weight is sensitive to short-term changes, height reflects chronic nutritional status, and MUAC is a rapid screening tool, especially in emergencies. BMI is mainly used for adults, while head circumference is important for infants. Anthropometric indices help interpret measurements. Low weight for age indicates underweight, low height for age signals stunting, chronic malnutrition, and low weight for height points to wasting, acute malnutrition. BMI for age can show thinness or overweight, and MUAC is used to detect wasting. These indices are essential for classifying nutritional status and guiding appropriate interventions. Growth standards and references, such as the WHO Child Growth Standards for ages 0-5 and WHO Growth Reference for ages 5-19, provide benchmarks for assessing children's growth. These standards help identify deviations from healthy growth patterns, allowing for early detection and intervention. Using standardized references ensures consistency and accuracy in nutritional assessment across different settings. Visual tools and charts are often used to track and compare children's growth against established standards. These visuals make it easier for health professionals and caregivers to understand growth trends and spot potential issues early. Accurate growth monitoring is a key part of preventing and managing malnutrition in children. Anthropometric methods are simple, non-invasive, and low-cost, making them accessible for large-scale use. However, they have limitations. They cannot identify specific nutrient deficiencies and may be influenced by factors like edema or hydration status. Understanding both the strengths and weaknesses of anthropometry helps ensure its effective use in public health nutrition. Biochemical assessment involves measuring nutrients, metabolites, or enzyme activity in blood, urine, or tissues. This method provides objective data on nutritional status and can detect deficiencies that may not be visible through physical examination. Biochemical tests are especially useful for monitoring micronutrient levels and evaluating the effectiveness of supplementation programs. Some of the most common biochemical indicators include hemoglobin and ferritin for iron status, serum retinol for vitamin A, urinary iodine for iodine, and plasma zinc for zinc status. These indicators help identify specific nutrient deficiencies and guide targeted interventions, especially in populations at risk of micronutrient malnutrition. Biochemical assessments are vital in public health for detecting subclinical deficiencies, evaluating supplementation programs, and monitoring population micronutrient status. These applications help ensure that interventions are evidence-based and effective, ultimately improving the nutritional health of communities. Despite their value, biochemical assessments have limitations. They can be expensive and invasive, often requiring blood draws or other sample collection. Results may also be affected by infections or inflammation, which can complicate interpretation. These factors must be considered when planning and conducting biochemical assessments. Clinical assessment focuses on identifying physical signs and functional changes associated with nutrient deficiencies or excesses. This method relies on the expertise of trained personnel to observe symptoms such as pallor, edema, or goiter, which can indicate underlying nutritional issues. Clinical assessment is a rapid and cost-effective way to screen for problems, especially in resource-limited settings. Some common clinical signs of nutrient deficiencies include night blindness, vitamin A deficiency, pallor, iron deficiency, edema, protein deficiency, and goiter, iodine deficiency. Recognizing these signs allows for timely intervention and treatment, helping to prevent more severe health consequences. Clinical assessment is rapid and low cost, making it suitable for large-scale screenings. However, it often detects deficiencies only at later stages and requires trained personnel for accurate diagnosis. This means clinical assessment is best used in combination with other methods for a more complete picture of nutritional status. Dietary assessment evaluates food and nutrient intake, dietary patterns, and food habits. This method helps identify potential gaps in nutrition and informs strategies to improve dietary quality. By understanding what people eat, public health professionals can design interventions that promote healthier eating habits. Most common dietary assessment methods include the 24-hour dietary recall, food frequency questionnaire, FFQ, and weighed food records. The 24-hour recall provides detailed information about foods consumed in the last day, making it suitable for surveys. The FFQ assesses usual intake over a defined period, while weighed food records are considered the gold standard but require significant effort from respondents. Dietary assessment methods are subject to recall bias, measurement errors, and cultural food variations. These limitations can affect the accuracy of the data collected. To minimize these issues, it's important to use standardized tools and adapt methods to local contexts whenever possible. Ecological or environmental assessment examines factors such as household food security, sanitation, water access, socioeconomic status, and cultural practices. These factors play a significant role in shaping nutritional status and must be considered alongside individual assessments for a complete understanding. Important ecological indicators include the Household Dietary Diversity Score, Food Consumption Score, Wealth Index, and access to health services. These indicators help identify vulnerable populations and guide the development of targeted, multi-sectoral interventions to improve nutrition and health. Ecological assessment is crucial in public health nutrition because it explains the underlying causes of malnutrition and guides multi-sectoral interventions. By understanding the broader context, professionals can design more effective programs that address not just symptoms, but root causes of poor nutrition. Summarize, nutritional assessment is foundational to public health nutrition. No single method is sufficient on its own. Combining multiple approaches provides the most accurate picture. Contextual interpretation is essential, and assessment results should always inform planning, monitoring, and evaluation of nutrition programs. This holistic approach ensures better health outcomes for individuals and communities. For those interested in learning more, recommended readings include Public Health Nutrition by Buttress J.L. and Elsa A., WHO Global Nutrition Policy Documents, the Food and Nutrition Policy of Ethiopia, and FAO Dietary Assessment Manuals. These resources provide in-depth information and practical guidance for conducting nutritional assessments in various contexts. Thank you for joining us on this journey through nutritional assessment. We hope this overview has clarified the key concepts, methods, and their importance in public health. Remember, effective nutritional assessment is the first step toward better health for individuals and communities alike.